Today I'm so excited to get to share with you, we're going to be making tahini without adding oil. Yeah, it actually works and it's really good. I'm Annette Reeder, the Biblical Nutritionist, and I'm on mission to share with you God's recipe for excellent health. It is such a joy to be with you here today in my kitchen, and you're welcome anytime. And by the way, I hope you've subscribed to this channel down below and hit that bell next to it. That just means we'll notify you every time we post a new video. So today's about tahini, and you're going to want to see the video about hummus. And then, did you know we did a pumpkin hummus? We're going to be doing a beet hummus. Yeah, you don't want to miss out. These are delicious recipes I know your family's going to love. So let's get started. You'll be amazed at how simple this really is. You can add the tahini to any of your recipes just to increase the protein, the fiber, the iron, and the calcium. In fact, your kids should have just a tablespoon of tahini every day. The calcium is better than your cheese sticks and any dairy product, and the iron is great for their blood. Now, I've already roasted the sesame seeds, and that's what tahini is just roasted sesame seed paste. But it sounds more fun to say tahini. I've already roasted the sesame seeds, and you can watch my other video on how to make tahini to see how I did that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just add a couple tablespoons into my small handy blender, and I'll put a link to this blender down below. I love having this blender in my kitchen. I use it for so many things. I'm just going to pop the lid on, and then we're going to blend that up. You can see it doesn't take much work to blend up these seeds. Just going to shake it down. All right, let me share with you what we have going on. So right now you can see we have a very fine powder. All right, so we're going to put it back on and do it some more. Let me just go ahead and scrape the sides down, make sure it's all working well. There we go. The seeds have their own oil in it, which is going to help make it creamy. Okay, it's starting to go up on the sides a little bit, so I'm just going to scrape that down just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, got a little bit up here. I don't want to waste any of it. It smells so good, and it's going to taste good too. Now when I'm done, I could go ahead and blend in just a little bit of salt if I want to, but most of the time I'm putting it in a recipe that has salt, so I don't really need an extra salt. But definitely if you're going to be just sampling it like it is, you might want to add some salt to it. And you can see each time that I do this, it's getting more and more creamy. Look at how it's getting creamy there on the edges. Yeah, so that's going to be all that way. It's going to be creamy all throughout as soon as we do it just long enough. As I was saying, the sesame seeds have their own oil in it, so that's what's going to make it nice and creamy. Shake that down a little bit. See how it's getting more and more creamy every time. It's going to take about 5 minutes to get this totally blended down into a nice creamy sauce that I can use in any recipe. Of course, I could have just used it as a flour in any recipe, but it's always nice to have a creamy sauce. Oh, look at that. Make sure you can see that sauce coming in there. Can you believe that? And that's with no oil. So we're creating our own sauce without any oil. All right. And there you go. You can see we have our own creamy tahini. I'm just going to blend this about 1 or 2 more times, and every bit of it will be nice and creamy and ready to be served. I could use it in my hummus recipe, which I'll put a link to that video down below as well. And you know, when we travel around in Israel, you can always tell when food is fresh or if it came from a factory. And there you see, there's our creamy tahini, and we will go ahead and use this probably in some hummus, but definitely could be flavored to be used as a dip with chips or some vegetables. And your kids, like I said, protein, fiber, calcium, and iron, those are 4 reasons why everyone in the family should have some tahini in their diet. Thanks for watching our recipe on how to make tahini without oil. I hope it inspired you to get started in the kitchen doing it as well. I'm Annette Reeder, the Biblical Nutritionist. It's been my joy to serve this with you today. Please comment down below and let me know how your tahini turned out. Did you add any flavors to it? Did you put it in a salad dressing? There's so much you can do with tahini. We're just getting started. Thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Annette Reeder, the Biblical Nutritionist.